how much are you enjoying this camp?
I'm enjoying it a lot. Like you said, last year was kind of rough for me. I almost thought about just giving up on this. But I couldn't really do much. I missed like 3-4 months of football. I couldn't run, couldn't sweat, couldn't do nothing. Had screws in my hands. So I'm enjoying it. It's a blessing to be able to be out and do what I like to do what I love to do. So I'm blessed.
How much do you think, you missed the preseason last year where it may have affected you kind of through the entire season?
I was playing catch up all year. Cause like you go from 3 to 4 months of not doing nothing. Like I couldn't even sweat to, okay, you gotta play Notre Dame. Okay, so like they just threw me out there. So it was that's what that was. So I kind of played catch up all season. But then I started feeling good, and I went a long good stretch, 3 or 4 games. I was playing good, and I hurt it again. So it was just like I just got down on myself. But I'm just happy to be where I am now, healthy, feeling good.
You mentioned almost deciding to hang it up instead of staying out. At what point in the process was that a consideration for you?
When I broke it and I went to the doctor and they just kind of told me what was going on, and they told me I was gonna have to sit and I couldn't sweat or do anything for a long time, and I was just like, this is supposed to be the season. Like I worked hard this whole time, like this is supposed to be the season for me. Like, I had a great spring that spring, and I just thought this was gonna be the one. And I get hurt, and I was playing catch up all year, so it was just like, man, maybe I just need to sit it down, because like it felt like I just kept getting hurt back to back to back to back, and it just wouldn't nothing go right. So I wanted to give up.
How was this whole offseason for you? Were you able to? Was this whole offseason good?
It was big for me this whole offseason, because during the season last season after I broke it, it was hard for me to rehab and stuff because we were still practicing and playing games and stuff. It's like I had a real offseason to get bigger, faster, stronger, strengthen my hand and stuff like that. So the offseason's been big for me. Who shout out to Coach Storm.
You're clearly happy that you stuck it out, right? It seems pretty evident. Who is important in kind of helping you through that process to say, hey, maybe you get through the other side of this? And still
I would say my mom and my girlfriend. They were big influences on that. Like they just told me to stick it out. Like you got to go through something hard to get to the brighter side of it. So that just was my mindset through it. I just stayed strong, and they kind of helped me through this.
When did they talk to you about maybe working at nickel too? How's that going?
They brought up nickel to me, I would say like July-ish, June-ish, a little bit before camp. And they asked me how I would feel about it. Of course I said, yeah, I want to do it. So it's been good. I love nickel. Like I kind of play field corner and nickel, so I feel good about it.
What's been the biggest difference or biggest transition about occasionally playing nickel? Like what do you have to do differently from a skill set perspective?
I would just say at nickel, you just got to know more. Like you have to analyze the whole field just to make calls. So that's really the biggest thing. Nothing really technique-wise, nothing like that.
Coach Woodson mentioned how guys like AZ and Kevin are really students of the game and really enjoy the film side of things. How does that help a unit when you have the young guys come in and that's not something you have to worry about? You know that they're in their film.
When you're an older guy, you try to get guys to watch film, and we try to have film sessions together. But when you got young guys that want to do that on their own, you ain't got to try to force them like that. That's always a plus. Like KP, Zarya and Sam, like they've been great. Duke, Mariku, like they've been great. Like they've been great additions. So like they doing what they do, and I'm happy that they're here.
See a lot of guys with FSU tattoos, maybe not as many with ACC tattoos on your shoulders. What's the importance of getting the ACC tattoo?
It's a long story behind these tattoos. Cause I got a picture on my chest of me in a Mississippi State jersey. So it's kind of like, okay, I have to get, the FSU. So that's kind of why I got the ACC and then the ACC on the side. Yeah, I got this.
You had a big pick last year in North Carolina game.
Yes, sir.
So did that kind of get the spirit back to you?
Yes, sir. Okay, really, when we play, we played Syracuse the game before, and so I had a good game that game. So, and for me being hurt and me having a good game against them, it was like, okay, like you starting to feel it again, like you getting back to you. And then when we played UNC, it was like, and I made those plays, it was like, okay, you're back, like you're feeling good. And then I kind of banged it up again. So I was just in my head a lot, basically.
Is it tough? People see you out there and you're playing through an injury, but they may not know because it's just the hand, and they're not thinking about all the lack of involvement that you're having with working out and whatnot. Is it tough to kind of hear the criticism or just know that you're not performing the way you want to for a reason maybe not everyone knows about it?
I see it. I definitely see it. But it don't really affect me as much as it affects like my parents say. So like when they send me the stuff, I mean, I read everything, and I just want them, whatever they said, I just want you to stay there. Like whatever you said, however you said it, just stay there. Now, when you see the flip side of it, don't act like you knew this the whole time.
Scrimmage on Saturday, how big are those moments in preseason camp to get out there and play that way?
Yeah, it's big because you got some guys that have never played indoor or scrimmage or anything, and so they don't really get the experience or the feeling. So like, it's gonna be big for them to get live reps, full speed reps, tackle and stuff like that. So it's gonna be big.